All right, live from the In the Zone Racing recording studios located in Cedar Woolley, Washington. Go Hawks! In the Zone Racing presents After the Race. I'm not bandwagon. Stop it. This is your host, Bill Tomer, but I have with me Rusty Arthur. How you doing, Rusty?
Hey, Bill, what's up?
Eric Myers.
Hey, ladies, how's it going?
Kevin Malone.
What's going on, Billy?
Oh, geez, man, that was quick. Thanks for that. Travis Penny's here as well. He's also the sound guy. He might just want to respond with one of those. That was a good one. Thanks, Travis. And also Chris Curzio, the resident youngin.
Hello.
And we're here to talk about racing that happened this evening. Tonight we had the ITZR Truck Series run at Las Vegas. There's quite the dust-up in that event. We've had some possible penalties being handed out afterwards. But I want to throw it over to our admin of the series, Rusty Arthur, to let us know what he thought of the race tonight.
Yeah, we had some good racing tonight. The first 40 laps, man, it was just, it was back and forth and good racing for the lead. And just that one caution, that, like they say, cautions breed cautions, and we had that one caution after the 40 laps, and then we had, four or five more, I think. But other than that, we could have had a really good race if everybody was just using their head.
And I think if Britt Van Meter had been able to control his own truck, I think most of the lead lap, the front of the race trucks have been able to stay in the race a little bit longer. What do you think? Yeah,
well, when that happened, with 8 to go or something, I believe, and you get that close to the end of the race, and you just want to, pardon my French, but you want to go balls to the wall.
He crashed us.
But Britt got loose, and I think he was running 5th at the time and took out probably half of the field at that point.
Too many goldfish. We actually have with us, I know he's not saying anything right now. Everybody's being pretty quiet. It's nerves. But we actually have tonight's winner with us. Eric Myers was able to take home the victory this evening.
Yeah, I surprisingly won.
I know nobody is surprised as we are, Eric. Trust you.
Yeah, my truck all night long was hitting the splitter. I had Gregory.
You gotta stop complaining about that.
Where's
that baby crying thing?
Just on the left-hand side.
Yeah, the left side weight was, I think, close to being maxed out. But I had G. Allen Lewis breathing down my neck all night long. Rob Ackley was behind me. He passed me on the outside. He was staying fast, too. Somehow I managed to still get the win. We had a one-lap shootout, and I told him I was going to go on the green, and he didn't think I was telling the truth, and he went a little early and backed out of it, and as soon as the green went, I went, and, I never looked back, and, somehow got the win, so...
And actually, Alan Lewis, you really did kind of get him there. He said he got blown away at the start. I think he was quoted as saying during the race, and he ended up falling back to 4th. So you really did kind of, for lack of a better term, screw him over.
Yeah, well, hey, I said, iRacing, doesn't have green-white checkered, so I said I'm going to try and make it as fair as possible, to make it a good finish for everyone. And I said, hey, we're going to go on green, and we went on green.
Bill, pass to Jose.
Yeah, let me grab it for you, man. Hang on.
Sweet, cheers.
Shots. Everybody's doing shots.
Woohoo!
And a baby's crying. But yeah, it was a good race tonight, Eric, man. You did an awesome job. Awesome job.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Congrats, Eric. Nice win, bro.
But leading into that, Eric's actually our resident food expert for In the Zone Racing.
Yeah.
So we want to bring around a segment called Eric's Racing Food Critics Corner. So, Eric, during this segment, we want you to pick out one of your favorite racing foods and tell us about it.
Well, tonight we're going to have for our Racing Food Corner something quick you can make at the racetrack. It's going to be...
Can you drink it with beer?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
And it's actually very good with the cold beer, too.
Rusty, we're in.
It's a salami and cracker sandwich.
What?
Yeah, exactly. It's a salami cracker sandwich. You just get salami, cracker, cheese, and a little bit of mayonnaise.
Salami? Really?
Yeah, man.
Hey, was there any doubt in anybody's mind that the first night of the podcast, Eric would somehow fit salami into his mouth?
A 12-incher even.
Terrible. That's terrible.
It's not the only place he's fitting it.
Hey, calm down now. Let's calm down. We digress. Continue, Eric. Continue telling us about your racing food.
Well, the racing food here, all jokes aside, it pretty much is taking all over parts of your palate. And
Sorry.
I can't even do my damn segment.
Do your
without
segment.
making
Go
fun
ahead.
of
I'm
me,
sorry.
man.
I'm sorry.
No, but seriousness, it takes pretty much every part of it. It's sweet. It's a little bit bitter. It's really good too. It's salty. It's pretty good.
All right, Eric. So with that, let's do this. For Rusty's sake, what kind of beer would go best with your salami and cracker sandwich?
Me personally,
Nice cold one.
Cold.
well, yeah, I personally like. The Red's apple ale isn't half bad. Nice
Man,
cold red
seriously.
apple ale. Hey, really,
Uh-oh.
Not everyone likes to drink a piss flavored Coors.
Oh no. Actually, most rednecks do prefer piss flavored Coors. I'm around a lot of them, and while
That's
I
not
come out with
happening.
my watered Bud Light, they're drinking Coors.
Yeah, well, I'm a sucker. I'm drinking the 55, but it ain't helping. I'm getting to be about Eric's size.
Oh shit! We just went there.
Oh, cursing! Look at you. That's not allowed on the radio, Eric.
Oh, my bad. FCC, I apologize.
Wait, you can say that. That's PG-13.
That's right. You're right. I think yeah.
It's
something
the
like
F word that makes it the NC-17.
All right, so Eric is having tonight salami and cracker sandwiches at the racetrack
Yep.
with a Red's apple ale.
Yep.
Man,
It's
give
not-
me the
no.
Martinsville dog, man. That's the best.
The Red Dog.
But also at Sonoma Raceway, they have the best. Oh hell, what is it? I can't remember.
I don't know. None of us have been there except for you, and
Google
you're not
it.
telling us.
What? Was that good, huh?
They got the best fried Twinkies though. I'm not
Wait a
gonna
minute.
lie.
That was our producer that wasn't announced earlier. That's Glenn Cray in the background.
Nah, Sonoma has the best fried Twinkies though. Not gonna lie.
Glenn did not let us know he was going to be saying anything. So, hey, Glenn, how's it going, brother?
That's good.
That's good.
Though they haven't been there for a couple years.
I'll just interject as needed. I must say I haven't heard Eric this excited in a long time since you gave him the food show.
I'm telling you. Let's
It's
Do some shots.
because I'm fat. Just
more
get that out of the
shots?
way.
More shots?
Man, you're not sleeping yet, are you? If you're not
I'm
asleep,
trying
then
not
you're
to.
doing shots.
You know what? Actually, let's lead that into our next segment, okay? Because you know what's coming.
Yeah, another shot.
Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's talk about, now that we've got the race over with, the second week of the Truck Series, let's talk about the point standings. Anybody looking at the point standings right now?
Kev, you're up.
Yeah, I got him up in front of me.
Kevin, let's talk about the point standings. What do you think, man? It looks like G. Allen Lewis, Greg or Allen, depending on what you want to call him that day, he answers to all of it. He's actually leading the points right now after finishing, fourth tonight and second at Daytona?
Yeah, I believe that's correct.
You
And
believe
who's
that's
that in
correct?
second place? Who's that guy in second place?
He's
9
awesome.
points behind?
He's awesome. Well, let's not talk about him.
Yeah, let's little rundown of the top five. We got Gregory Lewis, our
Yeah.
own Bill Tomer in second place.
Woo
Tonight's
woo.
winner, Eric Myers in third. Fourth place is Christopher Kurtziel. And Chris Beck rounds out the top five. Only 17 points separate first to six.
Oh,
Let's go to the Resident Youngin real quick. Resident Youngin, how do you feel about being fourth in points?
I think I should be higher up, but tonight I got in a bad wreck and blew the motor. But we still have a drop week and I can come back from this.
That's the most I've ever heard Chris say.
What he's
Internet
really
comment.
saying, coming from a young guy, is he deserves to be higher up.
I forgot to mention, I gotta thank my sponsors, GotShocker.com, for all your lifted truck needs. Thank you.
GotShocker.com. They now owe us at least $13. Into my PayPal account, please.
And we know all Eric's cars need the lifting, at least on the driver's side.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I'd like to thank Jose Cuervo for supplying me with all the alcohol I can drink.
They now owe us at least. Well, forget it. They're giving you all the alcohol you can drink. They're going broke. All right, Eric, Kevin, you want to continue? Continue with the rest. Oh, we lost somebody, but nobody cares. Do you want to continue with the rest of the top 10?
That was our sound guy, by the way.
Oh, we lost the sound guy. We lost. It's okay. He'll come back.
Okay, finishing out the top 10, we've got Kevin Malone at 6, Dave Pollock 7th, William Fletcher 8th, Rob Ackley 9th, and Sean Kimball running up the top 10, only 25 points back of first.
I think Ackley, though, will definitely have something to say before the end of the year.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be a really good battle. We've got a bunch of good guys. And even though we had a few little cautions tonight, it was still a very exciting race all through.
Joined your channel.
I know I had to go to the back a couple times, and just trying to get through there is just fun.
Yeah, the first 40 laps, I figured, I was already figuring my pit strategy. The first 40 laps there, I figured we were going to go all flag to flag there.
Oh, so don't forget about Andrew Fayash, who missed tonight. Will definitely be a contender in the points chase.
Now, I don't know. Are there any drop weeks in the truck schedule? I would have to go to Rusty.
I do not believe I added drop weeks in this. Kevin, we did not discuss that, did we?
Yeah, we did have. There's one
that's
drop
right.
week.
Yes. Is there one or two? I thought I said we had two.
Hold on
because
one second.
it's a 12-week season, and I believe I added. I think I said I didn't put it on the poster, but I believe we discussed having 2 drop weeks.
Okay, so we're not sure right now.
No, there will be at least one, possibly more. I think I did put 2 drop weeks in there, but that was a discussion between Kevin and I before we before I put the poster up, and I guess I should have put it on the poster.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we went to a 12 race schedule so we could do 2 drop weeks.
Right. Yeah.
I just want to make it clear that I just got a nasty message from Britt. Just so we know. And that is Britt Van Meter, the guy that owns the league.
The Godfather.
The Godfather.
That makes
Britt
this
the
racing
Godfather.
possible.
Britt, get in my Van Meter.
Are you going to read us the message?
Yes, please.
I can't read the message because I would have to edit it out. That's all right.
Can you give us the gist of the message?
He just told me he really
podcast.
He told me he really likes me. Yeah. I should go find a hole somewhere and something like that.
That's the one thing I like about this league is the love.
Lots of love. Sometimes too much. But Kevin, we'll get back to you on the drop weeks. We haven't gotten that resolved yet. I'll get back to you on that one. So next thing we want to talk about, we'll turn our attention from the trucks to the Nationwide Series, which has been doing actually very well this year. Wednesday night, last night, we had, I guess we would call him two-time NASCAR iRacing champion Ray Alfala make his second appearance in the Nationwide Series, and for the second time blow the field away after starting in the back. I don't know about you guys, but this guy is a machine, as he's passed me twice.
From your channel.
Going to the front while I was running top 10 or so. And, I don't know, does anybody, I think we had at least, 6?
Bill.
Did we count 6? DW, what?
Bill.
What?
I have a question.
I don't know, what? I don't know the answer.
Yeah, well, how much did you pay Ray to come and race in this league?
Actually, Ray paid me. Ray did, no, I'm kidding. I didn't pay Ray anything. I don't know Ray at all.
I mean, you get a two-time DWC champion to come in and race for the Nationwides. That's this. I think this league and this series has gotten some recognition if you can get him in there to race.
Well, let's not leave other guys out either.
No, I'm not leaving anybody else out. I'm just
I agree.
saying,
I agree. It's pretty awesome.
I believe it was one of our other members that asked if he could join in 2 weeks ago at Chicago.
Would that be Andrew?
No.
No,
okay.
It was not Andrew.
I can't remember who it was, but it was another member asked if he and another guy could come in. Both were pro drivers, and they came in.
It was Doy Woods. He was the other pro driver, sorry. I don't know who asked. I don't remember.
Man, I wish I could get him in the truck race for one night, or for a season.
Why? Because you want everybody to lose? I don't understand that.
No,
wait a
it's
minute.
just I
Who's
think it
coming?
would be
Is this
better.
the real Andrew Fayash?
It would be better for the
No,
league,
it's
to have a DWC driver in there, and everybody could, especially in a fixed league, everybody could see what they have to, it's like Rob being in there. Rob's in the DWC, so is Andrew,
Yes, he
but
is.
Andrew can't make it every week, but Rob's here just about every week, and he's up there fighting for the league and lead, almost every race, and lo and behold, who beats him tonight but Eric? One of
Oh,
our
Eric
regular
Scrub?
guys he's just I believe you're an A driver, Eric, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And he's a DWC driver, and Eric can pull it off and get around him. Granted that Rob got into a wreck, but still to bring his truck home in what I believe second or third, with a wrecked truck is still pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. Rob's excellent. I mean, we've seen him do really well before.
And
he's had bad luck.
I don't mean to cut you off, Bill, but
No, go
if
ahead.
I'm not mistaken, he was racing with us in the trucks before he became a DWC driver.
I think that's true. I don't know. I've not really gone over his accolades yet, but I do know that he's a pro driver, at least DWC for at least one season, I think.
He ran DWC last year.
Yeah.
Or last season, and I believe he's going to be back this year.
This is going to be Andrew's first season, not as a DWC, but still as a pro driver.
So he can still race with DWC.
If they don't have enough DWC drivers, he can still make a qualifying effort to make it into the race.
Now Andrew is actually, we're talking about Andrew. The Andrew we keep talking about is Andrew Fayash III. He's basically the league resident pro that races with us quite often, just about every series. And he was supposed to be here tonight. Too. Yeah, I know. He's
pro
awesome.
DWC, whatever. He's been the entire time that iRacing has had that in existence.
And he's supposed to. I'm just saying he's supposed to be here this week, and he was off running with another league, so we shunned him. No, I'm kidding. He's still obviously running with that league tonight. Not really a league, but he's running the online World Series of Stock Car Racing right now, and he's leading points in I think 3 series in that division, or that event. So he's there tonight, but hopefully he can make it by the end of this, because we do have a segment planned for him, and he's not here yet.
Yeah, that guy's being a bum tonight, eh?
Yeah, but talking about the Nationwide Series and the talent that's in there, I did a list earlier this season of some of the I ratings that are in there, and I think I came up with probably 20 guys that have an I rating over 3,000.
That's it?
I'm not sure. Well, that was before Parker Kligerman, Ray Alfala, Doy Woods. Let's see, Chad Coleman was
Byron
on the list.
Daly.
Byron Daly.
I think it was 20 of the 35 signed up at the time.
Yeah, it was incredible amount of talented drivers in that series.
Wow, I sort of wish I didn't have to bowl on Wednesday night so I could be part of this league, because it sounds like you got some really good drivers in that league, and I would like to, see what I had to go up against these guys.
It's been some exciting racing, man. Last night we had some 3 and 4 wide racing around Kentucky last night, not beating and bang the short stack style, but mile and a half, side by side, hard racing. It was a great race. I think we didn't have that many cautions last night. It was a pretty clean race. It's just just side by side hard racing like it should be.
Yeah, I agree. It was really good up front when I was up there. Just really tight racing. I forget what is his name. Harrison Weidlitz also. I think he's a DWC driver. He was in the race last night.
Brian Schoenberg.
Brian Schoenberg took the pole and led most of the beginning of the race last night. With what are we calling him? G. Allen?
Just call him
Greg.
Allen, whatever.
Greg Lewis. Yeah, he was all over him most of the race until Schoenberg had some issues, caught the wall, and then ended up bouncing off my rear end. Actually, don't say anything.
Bet you like that.
Yeah.
Greg put on a heck of a show last night. I mean, he was
Greg was fast.
He was back there in the pack with me racing, and all of a sudden he's behind me and going down in turn 3. I'm sitting here think about moving this guy in front of me, and I go underneath the guy in front of me, and next thing I know, Greg's coming by me from the outside, and I think we're 4 wide coming off turn 4 at Kentucky, and I'm just like, did that just happen? And I'm sitting there. I went back and looked at it after the race and caught everything, and man, he just saw that hole. He saw an opportunity and realized the opportunity he could take, and he took it, and he just went by us and set sail, and I think that put him like in the 5th at the point or something, and he just stayed in 5th after that the rest of the night.
Yeah, well, he ended up 2nd. He did an awesome job trying to catch Ray. Didn't at the end, and actually felt responsible. I will say this, something that he was doing with me during the race is he and I were running up front, and he kept messaging me and saying, let's get this, man. Let's get by these guys, and let's do this. You can do it. Let's go. He's cheering me on as he's racing with me, so that was pretty cool.
He's a really good, encouraging person to be around. He's been a member of what would be my sim racing team that I have, and he helped with building Andrew Fayash's setups last season. And if he sees somebody that's struggling with something, he really will sit there and talk them through it and help them out, and try to make them into a better driver and help them do better in the race himself. And and he doesn't look for nothing in return. He just likes helping, being a generous guy.
Well, I had another good race with him again tonight. We were beating and banging side by side, door slamming each other to the finish, and he ended up getting me for 4th at the line. So, yeah, he's a good guy to race with. I'm having fun racing with him. But anybody have anything else to add? Actually, one thing I do want to say about the Nationwide Series, and the thing I think is coolest about the series this year, is not only have we had some really good green flag runs and some really good racing and stuff like that, but the amount of cars that we're pulling every single night to that series is incredible. I cannot believe that 7 races into the season, the worst car count we've had is 32, with the average somewhere around 35. I mean, it's incredible.
They only have like 34 start at Bristol or something like that.
32 started Bristol, 32 started Kentucky, but we were running against the thing that Fayash is at tonight. I know a few guys that didn't make it last night. Fayash wasn't there because of that, and I know that Joe Annunziata, that normally runs with us, he's also running in that, so they weren't able to make it last night because of that. So I know that we would have had 34, 35, 36 again had we not been running against something that a lot of people are taking part in week 13. So, yeah, the car counts have been amazing.
I think last week, though, we had a little bit of drop in the number 2 at Bristol because iRacing had their open series at Daytona, and everybody just flocks to Daytona, just go out there and run wide open and think they can beat the best at that track,
Yeah, well, that's why we had 40 last week in the truck series and 26 this week. So,
also say 67 different drivers have scored points in the Nationwide Series.
And I think it's 43 in 2 weeks already in the truck series.
It's been a good season so far.
You have to understand, everybody wants to go out and run Daytona. And we did try to limit the field to 40 last week, but I did set it for 43. But luckily only 40 people showed up. But then again, people that don't finish where they think they're going to finish, and don't get that many points, they're not going to come back because they think they don't have a shot. But what they seem to forget is you get 2 drop races, or at least 1 drop race. So that could take away your bad finish at Daytona and move you up if you have good finishes the rest of the season.
Right. Yeah, well, they'll come back. They might not come back. If they want to come in, midway through the season, doesn't matter. I don't think it takes more than, once you have a field above 20, the fields are all about the same. Some guys, when they run with 35 cars, they are running 21st instead of, 12th like they normally are, and it freaks them out a little bit because they don't understand why they're so far back.
I tell you, last night, starting 28th at Kentucky last night, I was like, oh, that's a lot of cars.
That's a lot of cars, yeah.
And it sometimes it's just mind-boggling. Like for me, I was like, man, that's like how am I getting through this? I'm battling the points in the Nationwide, and I'm like, this is not going to turn out good. I'm gonna lose some points here, and I'm gonna lose to Chad Coleman. Like I'm losing to a DWC driver. Oh well, but but it came through, and we still had a clean race. 30 plus people. You have had clean races. I think Daytona and the Nationwide.
Actually,
40 something cars started.
Yeah. Yeah,
it was a clean race.
Nationwide, I believe we had 38 start at Daytona.
And the truck race last week with 40 was clean. We had, pretty much green to the end and just had one big wreck at the end of the race. It caught pretty much everybody up because, everybody was still together and after 50-something plus laps,
Well, you mentioned points. Let's talk about the points of the Nationwide Series. And let's see. Does everybody want to pull that up on their screens? I know.
I think
I've got
Andrew
it up right
Fayash
now.
is first.
Yeah.
Of course he is.
We've got 3 races left before the chase will start for the Nationwide.
And I remember this is like Kevin just said. This is a chase series. Is the first one we've actually is the first one we've had it in the zone racing.
This is the second one.
What was the first one?
We had another. I think it was the Truck Series had a chase.
Oh, okay.
Like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Jeff had that last. I think it was season 4 that we. It was that. Wasn't it tied in with the Nationwide Series, Kev?
I don't remember. Yeah.
Okay, that's
I
not
think they were trying
important,
to.
but
That was
a
the-
chase. It's a
That
chase
was the
season.
double shot series you're talking about.
There
That was
you go.
amazing,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's
of.
pretty
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, so right
Yeah,
now
I like doing that because you could, if you won the Nationwide and then the next night you won the trucks, then you got the double points, and that could really put you ahead of the field. But as far as I know, nobody ever won both races in the same week, so nobody ever got the double points.
Now we're looking.
I don't know.
Let's come back up to the present here. We got in the Nationwide points here. Andrew's got 247 points right now. He's got a 29-point lead over Chad Coleman, who's in second. Third place, you have Travis Pinney, which is myself. I'm 31 back, so I'm 2 points back behind Chad. Fourth, we got Bill Tomer, 37 points back.
Bill, who?
Bill Tomer.
That guy's awesome.
That guy
Oh.
had a great run at Bristol. He
Epic.
led every single lap at Bristol and had a pretty dominating performance. I got to his bumper once and wish I
No,
could have
you
made
got
it
around
stick.
me. You got around
Oh,
me
that's right.
once.
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
yeah.
Oh,
The
but
video's everywhere.
But Bill pulled the awesome. I can't remember what they call it now.
The gripster off
under.
the wall.
The slide move.
He got that. He got that
I
little
Dale Earnhardt
crossover. At the
Yeah,
crossover.
the crossover. There you go. The crossover move. Yeah, that's it. Where
Our
you
points
got
are-
under him, and then the next corner he got under you and pulled the slide job on you. So,
So you're saying Bill likes the slide job?
Yes.
Bill likes sliding everywhere.
I'm going to point something out though about the top 5 in points right now. Andrew Fayash has 2 wins. Chad Coleman in second has 0 wins. Myself in third, I have 0 wins. Bill has 1 win. Jeff Ramso, who is in fifth, 47 back, has 0 wins. So I mean, we're up here in the front without even getting wins. So we have these big guys in the league, but they're not necessarily finishing top 5 every race. So it gives a lot of us a chance to still be able to make a run for this championship, even with the big dogs in here showing up and racing against us every week.
Actually, one of the drivers who had a really good start to the season has 1 win is Dylan Rafferty. He's still sitting 24th in points, but he only showed up for the first 3 races of the season. I don't know what happened to him.
I talked to Jeff about that a couple weeks ago, but that was the same night Jeff Ramsdale was having a lot of PC problems. That guy's had a rough stretch last couple weeks here.
Including a 1 race suspension for retaliating under caution.
Hey, man, what he did there after what happened to him,
All right, easy. We're not making judgment.
We do not condone.
Yeah, we're not making
retaliation.
judgment. No retaliation is supposed to. And Jeff apologized, and we're all good. And he tried to. He sent me a picture of Darth Vader yesterday, and said, "Uses the Force. You will forget my suspension tonight." And actually, that reminded me of his suspension tonight. So Jeff, that backfired.
That's great.
Yeah, so he wasn't able to make it last night.
About time for a shot yet?
It is about
It's
time for a
always
shot.
time
Do
for a
actually
shot.
let's wait till we get a shot. Let's go down the top 10 in points. Actually, let's include 11th and 12th, and then maybe Kevin. Kevin, you're the points guy. You can tell us where guys are at right now because this is a chase series, and there are guys within striking distance in the last 3 races of supplanting or taking the place. If you don't have a dictionary, some of the guys that are in the
because he's in
chase.
6 point. He's
Yeah,
in 6th
Kevin
place
is
right
in 6th place. So Kevin, let's go to you, and you talk about the point standings.
Okay, guys, let's see. We got myself in 6, as they said. 58 back. Eric Myers, 7th place. Bill Brown's in 8th. Jeremy Davis in 9th. Chad Lang, 10th. Scott Rutherford,
hang on.
11th.
Chad Lang has won a championship in this series.
now.
That man is sitting 10th right now in points.
It's
And
not like
he's
that guy in
tied.
7th haven't either.
Yes.
Just,
Chad is tied
Yeah,
with
10th.
Scott and Trevor Dalton. So 10th,
Hey,
11th, and 12th
Kevin's
are
the
all-
points guy. Let Kevin take care of this.
You know,
Kevin's
the guy,
man.
the guy in 7th place won last year's championship too. Just saying.
Oh,
Hey,
that's right. I'm sorry.
I'm the
you're
most
right.
recent championship winner in the league right now, so it doesn't
You
matter.
won
what
on
It's
a
all about
super
me.
speedway.
Oh, let's.
And then,
uh,
Well,
where
technically
anybody
you're not.
can win. What? I'm
I
not?
won the SK Series championship a couple
Oh,
weeks ago.
Good point. Good
Burns.
that's a
point,
good
sir.
point. That's a good point. Yeah.
Okay,
Wait a minute, and who
Getting
won?
back to
didn't,
points.
didn't you win like some other champion? Oh no, it was the other guy that won that figure 8, right? Or did you win that?
That was
Chad Clark.
Chad Clark. Thanks, Kevin.
Okay, getting back to points, we got a 3-way tie for 10th with Chad Lang, Scott Rutherford, and Trevor Dalton. They were in the last 3 spots, tied for 10th, and only 2 points out of the last spot would be Jason Langlack. I
Van
believe
Cleek.
Van Cleek. Van Cleek.
Van Cleek. But we still have.
Van Cleek.
All right.
It's like
We still
Van Meter,
have-
but with a cleek on the end of it instead of a meter.
Whatever.
Got it.
Down to 21st position, so 9 spots are only 19
About
points
22
out.
points.
We got 19 points out of, 21 out of 12th spot.
Now, I'd say
So we could have
19 is hard to make up in three races because you're talking about 1 point per position.
Yeah, but with the big fields we're getting, anything could happen.
That's
Somebody
true.
could have a bad luck.
You could win, and they could finish 40th, and who knows? You can make yourself into the chase, and
But you never know. That's a lot of people fighting for a couple spots. Then
Hey.
everything's going to reset after the top 12 will reset after that 10th race, and then have a 5-lap shootout for the championship.
So what you're
They
saying
could-
is you're looking at Lee Walker in 21st place could have a legitimate shot at making the chase?
I would say so, yes.
I guess mathematically you would, yeah. But with the large fields, yeah. That would be
Also,
spectacular.
if he could
actually.
get, if he gets consistent, and somebody has some bad luck up there, or if somebody has to miss a race or something, then that comes into their drop week.
I bet you Matthew Hicks is kicking himself right now for missing last night's race.
Well, we've actually got one that's missed some races in here. The Resident Youngin, he's 18th in points right now, 19 points back.
Missed 2 races. You're
Missing
right.
2 races.
Missed 2 races, and he's had 3 top 10s in the 5 races he has attended with an average finishing position of 14.8. So is it possible, Chris? Do you think you have a shot at the chase?
I think I will be able to make the chase. I just got to finish
Wait.
consistently.
You will make the chase. You're making a prediction right now that you will make the chase.
If
how
I
many
don't get
races
wrecked.
are there? How many races are there left before
There are
the chase?
three
more
races. 3 races remaining. Chris has to make up 19 points.
Are there
And-
any drop weeks?
It's
There
already
are drop
factored
weeks,
in,
but they're
yes.
already factored in, yeah.
Okay, and
Oh,
these are
okay.
the next 3 tracks before the chase. We've got 80 laps at Michigan next week. 2 weeks, we have 134 laps under the lights at Charlotte. Then in 3 weeks' time, 130 laps under the light at Richmond.
Oh,
And that'll
Here's some-
lead us into a 5-race battle for Kansas, New Hampshire, Homestead, Martinsville in the championship week at Las Vegas.
Wait, were we still going to Kansas? I thought we were going to. Oh, sorry. I thought we were going to go to California.
There is a poll on that right now. It closes 1 month before race day.
That is a poll on our forums that some people have a hard time finding. The forums are easy to find. Go to inthezoneracing.com, look at the menu bar, and click on forum. You do have to sign up with a different username than you use on our main page, but then you can partake in all of our polls and all of our conversations that we have on there. Sorry, I just had to interject.
That, by the way, the poll closes in 3 days.
And what's the verdict right now? Aaron.
Looking at it right now. The poll is 9 votes for California and 5 for Kansas.
We're going to California.
So it looks
Yeah,
like
looks
we'll
like
be going to the
California,
new
yeah.
track, California.
Which both of those are the most recent new oval tracks for iRacing.
Yes.
But
I think-
California is very cool. It's a very cool racetrack.
Question is, are we going to be racing that at day or night?
Be daytime.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure that the Nationwide Series, that's another unique thing that we have with the Nationwide Series. The Nationwide Series actually runs with the same weather and at the same time of day that the Nationwide Series in real life ran at those tracks.
Let me
So
double check.
are you
know?
sure, Eric? Are we running daytime?
That's a daytime race. Yes, it is.
Okay, then we know we're running daytime. I'm not going to give out the weather or anything. I'm not worried about that. We just need to make sure.
The weather
People
was
get all excited.
400 degrees. The tires
We're
melted.
racing on the surface of the sun.
I think your temperature's a little cold than if you're on the surface of the sun, but that's a different story.
This is what I'm going to say. Whatever happens at California, that is the first chase race, correct?
Or
Yes.
yeah, California, Kansas, whichever.
Yeah. So whatever happens in California, we must crash Andrew Fash III, or else nobody will win the chase. That's what needs to happen at that race. I'm saying that right now.
Are you saying you're putting a bounty out on Andrew?
I'm
Fash?
putting a bounty out. I'm not going to give you anything but a pat on the back and good job. But
So-
right now, Andrew is dominating that series so handily that we are going to either have to crash him or put him to sleep for that race.
You know,
only have-
you could give him an EOL or give him a black flag.
Well,
if
that
you
would be
so
unfair.
choose.
But if we crash
Uh-oh.
him, then it's
Well,
just
no,
like,
you got to
sorry.
say, Bill, with the amount of talent we've had showing up the last few weeks, he's going to have some stiff competition.
I agree with that.
That is if they continue.
That's if
to
they,
show
yeah,
up.
they have to run in the chase.
I'm pretty sure Chad Coleman's going to be showing up during the chase. That man, I think, wants to be Andrew Fash. Those two had some heck of the battles last season through DWC. They were neck and neck pretty much every race, running side by side. So I'm pretty sure the two of them kind of have like a little grudge match between them in this league, kind of who's going to be on the better end of the deal.
And I'm not discounting any of the drivers in the league. I'm not saying that. All I'm going by, because obviously I'm in the league as well, all I'm going by is the fact that he has a 29-point lead through 7 races. That's ridiculous. That means that he's finished 29 spots better combined than the next best guy.
Yeah,
He
he has
had-
an average finish of 5. The
5.
next best is Travis with a 9.1 and Bill at 9.8. Those are the only ones in the single digits.
How many people have completed every lap this season?
Oh, boy.
Uh,
That's not
nobody's-
going to win you, Matt Kenseth. That will not win you the championship.
Nobody has completed every lap. I have
Who knows? Maybe
the
the,
best
chase will
with
be
all but
inverted.
one lap.
I thought I completed every. You broke my
Oh
heart.
yes,
now,
I'm
Kevin.
sorry. Travis has completed 765. He's the only person to complete every lap. I've had
Yeah, he just
764.
finishes last.
This is not true.
Fantastic.
I'm ahead of you in points, so this is not true.
Yeah, I get wrecked every race.
Hey,
Wah.
so do I. Just the
All right,
last 2
moving
weeks,
on.
I'm incident free,
Yeah.
buddy.
Throwing
the guy
another
that
name.
wrecks the
Throwing
most-
another name out there though. Bill Brown is also extremely fast in the nationwide car. He's got an average starting position of 5.9. If he could find himself good luck, which he didn't at Kentucky, I think he has a shot at winning the championship as well.
Yeah, I feel bad for Bill on that one. He was directly behind me in my incident. He
You're a
just got
pretty big
caught
guy
up.
to miss.
Ha 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 ha.
Nice, but I think we can all agree that it's going to be a pretty exciting finish to the end of the nationwide, the end of the regular season of the nationwide series.
See, even with that being said, though, with us coming down to the end of the championship, I don't necessarily think the guys winning the championship are going to win all 5 of the races in the chase either. Because
Yeah, with the amount of talent, it's to even see somebody win 2 of the 5 might be pushing it.
It'll be difficult. I mean, it'll be difficult, but still, I'm just saying that when Fayash has so far dominated the series.
we got Alan Lewis that showed up now last couple weeks. Brian Schoenberg might show up for a couple races during that too. I mean, we're going to have some talent in those races while there's going to be a tense points battle going on. And it's going to be some hard fought battles, I think, for this championship.
It's going to be fun, is what it's going to be. It's going to be really fun.
I've been having a blast. If I can make the chase, I'll go outside and do some freaking cartwheels.
Cartwheels.
I
just
feel the
take
same way.
Cartwheels. Just take the car out of the garage and just do some donuts in your neighbor's yard. That's what I'm going to do.
That's the
All
only
right,
way Travis Finney
let's
can
move
around.
forward from this. Everybody, we
That's
know it's
cold.
going to be great. It's going to be fun. You should be there. If you're not there, there's something wrong with you. The nationwide series is going off big time. So let's look forward and actually, Rusty's been waiting for this. Rusty, what time is it?
Oh, it's time for a shot.
It's time for a shot. And we're actually going to go into your segment, Rusty. We've got the segment here.
Rusty's blood alcohol limit's at .85 right now.
Rusty, are you
that's
are
kinda
you ready?
low, isn't
Rusty, are you prepared? Are you prepared for your segment?
Okay, let's go.
I gave you the notes a little bit late. I let you know it was coming a little bit too late. That's my fault, or perhaps your fault for not reading the forums. But this is what we're doing. This is going to be called Rusty the Redneck Arthur's Alcohol Spotlight. And what we're going to have Rusty do is not only take a shot. Rusty, can we hear you? Are you taking shots actually? Because I'm
I
taking
have
shots of
been
water right now.
for,
All right, can we
probably the
hear you
last
take
4
the
hours.
Let's hear you pour the shot, Rusty. I want to hear that.
Oh,
Why
I can't do that because
Why
I'm
not?
I'm not. I can't.
He doesn't have his coordination right now.
Fine. Let's just do this.
I'm just saying what I'm saying is where my shots are is not relevant to where my computer is.
Why do you think he was leaving
terrible.
on the track, Bill?
Relevant.
Terrible.
Yeah, you
See, I
Not
have my
relevant.
wife pour my
It's
shots for me, and then she brings them over, and then we do the shot like under caution, or if I'm on the back stretch, because it's kind of hard to drive one-handed in the corners.
I think we should talk to Rusty's bartender.
I agree. Rusty, are you a loud shot taker? Do you gulp them down?
No, not really. It's just like a
He sips them.
one chug deal.
Nice. Okay.
But I do it different than everybody else. Everybody else drinks the shot and then drinks their beer. I drink the beer and then drink the shot.
Okay, fair enough. So you use the shot as a chaser.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Do you drink? But then you drink the beer after the shot as well. So it's kind of like having a shot
No,
sandwich.
it's
what?
you drink the beer. I take a swallow of beer and then drink the shot.
And then do you drink beer afterwards?
No.
You throw the beer in the garbage.
Well, no, but
No, you're having
come
beer
on, you're being
afterwards. It's a
stupid
shot
here, Bill.
sandwich.
He's
It's
saying
just
he's
that the bun
chugging the
on
beer.
the bottom is smaller.
He's saying he chugs the beer and doesn't care after because it's gone.
Fine. All right. Let's go to your segment, Rusty. The Redneck Rusty Arthur's. Actually, I said that backwards. Rusty, the Redneck Arthur's Alcohol Spotlight. Rusty, you already told us what you're drinking. What is that?
Jose Cuervo Silver.
Silver. And Rusty, have you come up...
That would be the clear Jose, not the gold.
Okay. I think I know what we're talking about. That stuff's it's more pure, isn't it? Is that kind of the deal? Less of a hangover?
Yeah, it still doesn't have the worm in it. I will not drink anything that's got some kind of freaking parasite in it or whatever. But yeah, we used to drink the Classico, but they quit making that, and it was a lot smoother than the gold and the silver. But they quit making that, so now we just drink the silver unless they don't have any. Then we'll have to get the gold. But I stay away from the 1800 and definitely stay away from Patron.
Well, no, wait a minute. No, why are you staying away from Patron? Because if they want to be a serious sponsor, they're going to obviously drop that now.
Yeah, well, if you drink 2 shots of the Patron, then you're, I would be like trying to erase from laying on the floor.
3 sheets of the wind. So those of you
yeah.
that are listening to this, all 7 of you, the one of you that likes to drink and loves this segment, now you know if you want to get S-faced, we'll call it that.
Yeah.
Drink Patron.
Why not just call it sheet
Definitely. Drink, yeah. If you want to get totally wasted, do 2 or 3 shots of Patron, and you will be very, very happy.
If you want to go to Kmart and ship your face, drink Patron.
Kmart. The man says Kmart. Who in the world still has a Kmart near them?
I do.
I do.
Where's Kmart at, Bill?
I have one about 5
Kmart
miles
is
from where I live.
on Burlington Boulevard. There's one. There's nobody ever there. It's really fun.
That's why, because it's Kmart. Nobody goes to Kmart.
Exactly.
All right, so back to Rusty's segment. Rusty, did you come up with a drink other than what do you drink? Jose Cuervo Silver.
Yeah,
that you want to share the recipe. Go for it.
I am partial to a melon ball, and if you've never heard
do you have
of that,
the melon ball recipe?
Yes, I do. And
Let's
if
hear
if you like it, I mean, this, and it's called a melon ball because it has Midori in it, and it makes the drink green like a melon, like the outside of a watermelon. And what
if you
is,
like cantaloupe or honeydew melon? Honeydew melon is green also. What about cantaloupe?
Exactly.
Is that considered a melon? Can we do an orange melon ball?
I don't know. You could, I guess, but you would have to get some kind of like peach schnapps or something, some off the wall freaking color.
So we're going with the melon ball that's like the watermelon, the outside.
Correct, and that
or
would
like
be,
Kevin's
that
car.
Would you shut up a minute?
Wow, shots fired.
Yeah, there you go. The melon ball would consist of 1 part vodka, 1 part Midori, which is the green liqueur that gives it the color, and 1 part pineapple juice. And if this is mixed correctly, it will taste like pineapple juice. You will not taste the vodka, you will not taste the Midori, but it will still be green. And 2 of those in a highball glass will make you very, very, very fun.
So wait, I'm writing this down. So we've got one, and yeah, our listeners definitely want to make this drink because I'm thinking about it right now. So we want 1 part vodka, 1 part Midori, and what's the third part?
Pineapple juice.
pineapple juice. I like that too.
Yeah, and like I said, if and you can make this. There's two ways to make it. You can make it like a what do they call it? A daiquiri. Put it in a blender with some ice and blend it up really good. Or you can just make it straight up and then put a couple of cubes of ice in it. Either way, it's really, really good. And if it's made correctly, all you taste is the pineapple juice, and you don't. It's everybody's heard of creep weed. This will be like a creep drink because
I have a
you
question
drink
for
two of
Rusty.
these,
Whoa,
and after you finish the second one, you're gonna be like, "Whoa, this like really came up on me, and I'm not ready for it."
So a question from Glenn, Rusty. A couple of these before the nationwide race on a Wednesday night, or a couple before the truck race on a Thursday night is sufficient or relevant?
Yes, that would you would end up. I don't know if you would be racing really good, but you would be feeling really good.
Would you maybe bump into somebody's left rear quarter if you've had a couple?
Yeah, but that wasn't the reason tonight, Glenn, because I have been sipping on the Jose Cuervo.
Yeah,
And
anybody
that-
that's ever
I
been
was
around
not-
Rusty
I was not
knows
pointing
when
that
he's
at you.
drinking.
That was awesome. If you were part of the
But
race tonight,
when-
you'd know what that meant.
Exactly. But if you know me, then whenever
The
there's
driver
a
gets
caution
better
in a
when he's
league
drunk.
race, Rusty's going to be doing a shot some way or another.
That's awesome. I like that. So we're looking at the melon ball. Man, it does look brutal. 1 part vodka, and Midori does have alcohol in it, right?
Yes, it does. It's I can't remember the content of it, but it does. And I use Smirnoff's vodka, which is 80% alcohol, and I think the Midori is I can't remember. I want to say 40 or 60%. I can't remember. And then the pineapple juice, which obviously has no alcohol content in it, whatever, but it gives the taste to the drink. And you want to put a little bit more pineapple juice in than you do of the other two, so it kills the taste of the alcohol. So all you taste is the pineapple juice, and that really, after a couple of those, it really comes in on you.
Now,
Nah,
Chris, this is some stuff Chris needs to remember for when he gets older.
Yes,
Oh,
Chris.
yes,
Chris,
Chris.
Girls like the fruity drinks. They do not like.
and
Yeah,
Rusty.
take that from Travis.
Yeah, but you don't put a freaking umbrella in it, okay? You don't want to do that. That's
It's
kind of
okay to drink
sissified.
fruity drinks, though. It's okay. When you're in your house with your wife, that's fine.
User joined your channel.
Oh no, I've drank this at the bowling alley before. You can order those, and they're like $3.50
Holy
a
crap.
drink, and it's in a highball glass, and if you tell them how to mix it, most of them know how to mix them, but you tell them the next drink put a little more pineapple juice or whatever in it. Doesn't cost any more, but it kills the flavor of the alcohol, and you don't taste the alcohol flavor. You just taste the pineapple juice.
You said that already, like 4
And
times.
yeah, well, exactly, because
It's because he's been
that's what I'm
tasting it
telling
all
you.
night long.
That's what I'm telling you, man.
No, wait a
If
minute.
you
Do
have
you
a
If
know?
it's
Like
mixed right, you don't taste the alcohol, and you can drink these and get really toasted.
Does anybody know what pineapple juice is good for? Does anybody know the myth? I don't know if it's a myth.
I know.
Do you know?
I
Everybody needs
know.
to look that up on Google. It's good for guys to drink because of. That's it. Just look it up on Google. It should come up.
It makes your vision better.
Yes, something like that.
Bullshit.
Oh, and here we go. There, I have to bleep that out. Where's the sound effect, Penny?
Oh, sorry, I got disabled. My computer crashed.
No, wait. I told you could say that word. That's a PG-13 word. It's
No, we
the
just-
other word that you can't say that makes it not
censoring this?
PG-13. But
We're censoring it as much as
Oh
possible.
God!
Hey, look who
Anyway,
it is. It's the
you
real
can hear him
Andrew
now.
Fash.
Wait, you can hear him now. The real Andrew Fayash the third just stood up, and he finally
Penny's been
made
mocking
it.
me.
He finally, well, yeah, Penny's got your name, but we finally got you away from your other league that you've been cheating on us with.
It's a 1 week deal. There's just they're
Right.
they're just racing all this week. They're mocking the Florida World Series
Mocking.
stock
You
car
wait,
cheated
or
on us.
asphalt,
the
whatever.
greatest driver
But you
in the world
cheated
just
on
showed
us.
up.
No, wait a minute. Wait. Let's give a proper introduction. I really wish that we had Penny's sound effects right now and there was some applause.
All right, proper
But-
introduction. The official start and park driver of the DWC, Andrew Fayash.
It's cold.
Sometimes known as
Says-
Candy Gay.
Says who? Who is
That's
this
cold.
Eric Myers talking
No, wait a
trash?
minute.
Who
Most
is-
people
does
don't
anybody
know that
who-
Andrew runs in the DWC, so that's not fair to call him that because nobody
Wait,
even
I thought
know
I
it's
brought
true.
that up earlier.
What? That he runs in DWC?
That him and Rob Ackley both run in the DWC. I brought that up earlier, if I'm not mistaken.
We talked about that. We did.
I think Bill's been drinking and just got forgetful.
Bill,
I know
Bill,
that. I'm just saying.
Bill,
No.
have you-
What I'm trying to
wait,
say
wait,
is
Bill,
when they're
have you-
watching
Bill,
DWC, they don't know he runs in DWC. Is what I'm trying to tell you. Because
Bill's
most of
been
the time they
hitting the
look from
balls.
30th forward.
Bill, see, isn't that some good creep? Isn't that some good creep drink, Bill?
Hey, I finished
Anyway.
4th at Dover, so I don't want to
Right.
hear it about this
Right.
30th and better crap.
They're like, who's
But
this
wait,
guy?
the half of the field
That's-
wrecked
that's
out
right,
in front of
because-
you, though.
That's right, because Andrew did a
Well,
4-minute
where
interview.
was I running? Where was I running when half the field wrecked out right in front of me? 7th.
18th?
7th. I was 7th
No,
when
no.
the big
He was
pileup
7th.
happened off of
The-
turn 2.
The broadcasters are like, somebody give me the roster. I have no idea who this car is.
Who's this?
No,
who's seven
really,
guy?
Andrew. Andrew,
He was
really,
in the 157.
we do love you, man, and
I know.
we applaud you for being able to run in the DWC, or at least I do anyway, because I would give a left nut to run in that.
Whoa!
Disclaimer: Rusty's been drinking all night too.
That's only because he's so old he can't use them anymore anyway.
You actually have
There
a
you
left
go.
nut still.
Do I have a left nut? No, I don't.
See, this is why you're giving your left nut.
Well, there you go.
But actually, here's the thing. Andrew, we were giving you the proper introduction of the In the Zone Racing resident pro. Because you've always been a pro since you've been
I
here.
like it.
And that was Andrew Fayash III.
Slash starting part.
Andrew Flash Fayash. That's not what we all call him.
Hey, just because I have the ability to start and park doesn't mean you got to be jealous.
That's
Eric.
true.
Hey, dude, I call
Boom.
myself starting Park Motorsports, dude. Come on now.
Eric's still
Yeah,
looking
but
to
I'm
switch.
saying I have the opportunity to start and park in DWC and Pro or WCS.
All right,
and
let's
Pro.
not make this a pissing contest because I'll win.
How
Why,
will
you
you
drive
win?
DWC?
No, I'm pissing. I gotta go
He has
piss.
the mute button.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
This just got awkward.
hang on a second. We actually have a segment designed for Andrew. Does
Yes,
anybody
we do.
want
God.
to? I can explain it.
Andrew,
now. You
how
want me to
did you do
explain
in
it?
the race tonight?
Insert this gonna be good.
In the league we ran, we had 3 races. Well, they had 4 races. I ran in 3 of them. I won 2 of them, and I got wrecked while running second in the last one. I got dumped and going into 1 on a restart.
And that
what
leads
track
into our
was this?
segment. Then no, that's New Smyrna. That's what the World
Oh,
Series
well,
is.
my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we ran the Mazda MX-5 in the first race, which is nuts, and then we ran the late model. Then the one I skipped was the Tour mod, and then we ran the K&N. I mean, it's like car hopping like crazy. It's so insane.
Okay, so
Smirnoff.
that's leading into the Andrew Fayash the third segment. The Andrew Fayash the third segment is actually called What I Was Good At Today, and it cannot be related to iRacing. And that's because Andrew likes to tell us how well he does at everything.
I do?
Yes. We all agreed. Actually, it's mine. It's mine.
So-
I
We
created
concur.
Wait.
I'm throwing it
so,
on everybody else, but everybody thought it was funny because we do know that you like to talk about how well you finish in races.
So what did you do good today, Andrew?
Other
that
than
didn't
iRacing?
consume
Well,
iRacing?
it's just 20 after midnight, so it's a new day. So do you mean in the past 24
Yesterday,
hours?
yes, in the past
Yes.
24 hours. What did you do very well or good? What were you good at today, Andrew?
Eating food, sleeping, and maybe jerking off.
Oh, you can do better than that.
And we thought Eric lived a no-life bum.
That
I
went
don't
south
know, dude.
very quickly.
I had off of work last night, so I had nothing to do. I played video games all night, and that was about it.
What
Back
you like?
back to what you did well today. Was your cat present?
My cat's here. That's funny though. I really
Oh,
Glenn. That's hilarious and rude.
Wow. I just got this whole
Did,
conversation.
Oh,
just
boy.
tanked.
wait. Did this with you and the cat consummate peanut butter?
No.
The cat
Okay,
Cat
enough of that.
dogs?
Let's continue on.
the cat
My
is the
cat
least
plays
of age.
fetch. He doesn't.
He's fat. Oh
Dude,
my
at least
God.
I don't think he does anything. I don't want to know.
How come Andrew's so good on the racetrack, but when he comes into a room, the whole conversation goes to crap?
Because that's all he can do.
It's terrible. Let's not pick on Andrew. Let's let Andrew talk about how wonderful he was today. But really, the best thing he did today was eat food.
I didn't do anything, dude. I played Blood Bowl most of the night.
Did you win?
Well, he got bloody.
Against the computer I won. I played my first online match, but I made a mistake of not checking. It's a turn-based rugby football strategy game, which is really confusing. But I joined the online match not realizing that the matchmaking system, if you don't set your thing to like give you a certain amount of time per turn, it lets the other person choose. So the guy that wanted to play had been playing like forever, and I had 40 seconds per turn, and that game usually it takes like 2 minutes a turn at least. So I totally sucked. But I only lost by 1 point, so I don't know.
So you weren't good. Okay, that didn't work out at all.
That's why I'm
next
saying,
time,
I had
next
nothing good.
Thursday, Andrew, you have to do something very good. Not iRacing. So you can come up with your segment of what you did.
Hey, he
Good to
woke
go.
up.
It's gonna be
tonight.
Even though that's
be
not
another video
grammatically
game.
correct.
It could be all week long too.
No, today. I want it 24
It's
hours.
got to be today, huh?
Andrew's amazing. He does something amazing every day except for today.
He woke up today, guys. It's amazing.
He pisses excellence.
I did
Today was a
wake
good
up
day.
at the time that I set myself to wake up, thinking that we were starting the races at 7, only to find out that the races were starting at 8, and I could have slept more.
See, nobody cares about that because you were cheating on him.
Nobody cares about any of it, I don't think.
Next thing to talk about, and it's perfect because Andrew's here, is currently we're voting on our ITZR promo video contest. Andrew, take it away.
Bill's a cheater.
I knew he'd say that.
Meow.
Well, let's list the facts here and the way this all worked out.
Wait a minute. Remember what Bill does with the league. Just remember that
I
Bill
don't
does.
care what Bill does with the league.
I don't either.
Rusty runs the trucks, and Eric runs the Nationwide, according to what you keep telling me every week that I ask you a question. So
Admins.
you have nothing, apparently, according to
Nothing.
yourself.
Hey,
But no,
I was busy making a video.
Facts of the video content.
Better than yours.
Deadline.
Bill manages the Twitter feeds with the 18 followers.
Twitter.
Bill, go back to the corner and
User
jerk
joined
off.
your channel.
Am I allowed? You brought up the
Oh,
topic.
ban
and you
that
told
guy.
me to
Ban that
elaborate.
guy.
Oh man,
Would you-
the number one.
No,
iRating
hang on. He's
Jeff
not
Biden.
anymore.
He's not. He's like
Oh
number
wait,
3.
my bad.
Let-
Number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, somewhere in there. The
Let
legend guy.
Andrew finish. Let Andrew finish. He is very upset because his video is not as good as mine.
Listen, honestly, your video is nice. There's 2 problems I have with it. I'll tell you those after I tell you why this whole thing is BS. To censor myself here. Deadline was January 19th, I believe, for the video contest.
Yes.
Your upload date on your video is January 22nd. And not only the upload date, but in the title of the video, it says January 22nd on it.
Correct.
You cover that up by saying that Scott posted the wrong video twice on
No,
the
I
link
didn't say
to
that.
the
No, I
votes.
did not. I actually brought up in the front office where the admins live. Anyway.
But,
Yeah, I don't
okay.
know about
well,
this front
anyway,
office,
Yeah.
anyway, a different.
I brought
video
it
was
up and said, I
posted
know
in
I'm
the
late.
meantime.
Is it okay? And Scott chose to post it. He posted pennies.
Yes.
Because
Guy
it looks a
who
lot
makes a
like mine
random
when you first
video.
look at it.
The guy makes
Well-
one random video gets posted on the forums. Gonna be in a promo video. Whoa.
Listen, like I said, I think your video's good. I have no problem with the video itself if it was in on time. The problems that I have, well, actually, I do have one problem with the video itself, but the things that I critiqued watching it, if you mind me elaborating,
Sure.
your transitions. I don't know if it was your editor or what happened, but the transitions kind of just like. It looks like it freezes for a second and then it's transition.
It actually
it's kind of
did.
weird.
When it wasn't like that on the editor, and when it uploaded, I don't know what happened in between, so I'm not sure if the upload
Okay.
was very good or not.
You
So
know,
that was software.
I think I'm going to change my vote to Andrews because he shows my cars more in it than you do in yours, Bill.
That's probably because we haven't raced together.
That's probably
in a long
because
No,
time.
that's no
getting lapped.
excuse. That is no excuse, and I'm gonna say why. The sprint car race, Bill, that you have a clip from of me and Jeff by Jr. having a crazy battle.
Yes,
First of all, I didn't even think you were there for that race.
I admit it.
Second of all, how did you even know about that battle prior to seeing my video?
I went back to I was trying to use different videos. Actually, I never did watch your video until after mine was done.
Okay, then I'll let it slide.
Like the first 30 seconds made me really bored, so I stopped watching it. And that's funny. So anyway, so I didn't really see it, and then I went back, and here's the guy. This is the God's honest truth. I went back and I looked through the sprint cars. That was the only video I had from the sprint cars, and I know that when Glenn's around, he's probably going to want to run the sprint cars again eventually at some point. So I put that in the video based on the fact that it used to be one of the series that ran at ITZR and will probably happen in the future. That was the only race that I had because I had adminned it, and it was also a very well-attended race. So I went back and was just watching the video, and if you notice, I actually used your car, an in-car of your car, at one point in the video. But when I was going back watching it, I noticed Jeff spun out, and I love getting videos of Jeff crashing because it happens all the time. And so when I went back to say, how'd that happen, I looked, and you guys had a really good battle. And then, after I was all done and had already uploaded my video, I went back and said, okay, let me see how good Andrew's is, because I know that there were only 3. And I went back and watched it and went, oh my God, we have the same clip, like from the same camera angle.
That's why I was mad. I'm
then.
like, that's why I was mad. I'm like, did you really? Because I know I sent you the link and you said you were going to watch it, and I know that you had the link prior to when you made your video, so that's why I'm like, did you really just go and take the same freaking clip? Like, I was mad. But the other suggestion besides, because the transitions was, like you said, software. When the music stops, you go to black solid, and at one point you go to black for about 20 seconds on the video. I seriously thought the video was over, went out of full screen, and then realized it was still going, and then went back into full screen, and I'm waiting for something to happen. I went to skip ahead, and then it finally came back on, and
it's
that's
more
how
like
long
like
of a pause
7.
it was.
It's more like 7 seconds, but
we
don't live in the
It's a
super
dramatic
fast world.
pause.
Yeah,
Dramatic pause.
The song title wasn't "Fade to Black," was by Metallica, was it?
No.
Okay.
I don't even know what the song was.
Did you not
It's
watch
something
it?
weird.
And actually, the logo popping at that point was on my video before I uploaded it. The logo flashing when that little rim shot happens. Enter funny joke here. No, that actually matched up with the rim shot, the logo flashing, and I was like, that's cool. And then when I uploaded it, it's off a little bit.
It seemed like your sound was off on the upload. I don't know what software you're using, but
it's my daughter's.
The other weird thing that I was calling you out on with this being rigged, this whole contest, is the fact that yesterday, I mean, granted right now it's fine. Well, I think. Yesterday, I was on the site and I checked, and I had 2 votes for my video, and there were, I think, 3 on yours, or 4, I don't know. I logged in this morning, and I only had 1 vote on my video and 3 or 4 on yours. And the thing is, I even looked and tried to change my vote, and all it tells me is you've already voted, and there's no way that I could change my vote. So I'm wondering, how and why did I lose a vote between yesterday and today?
Well, I have a spot that says delete my vote, and I don't know if that's... I am an admin on the forum, so maybe that's why I can do that.
He's got the spot that says delete Andrew's vote.
Ditto.
I can only delete my vote. I can edit the poll, which I could take yours completely out, which would be unfair.
You might as well.
I can only delete my vote.
Broken enough rules, you might as well. So essentially, what you're saying is an admin had voted for mine previously and then deleted their vote and voted for something
I'd say
else.
that's possible. I mean, when you see something like it's like why
But I went back and voted for you again, Andrew.
Why get the chicken sandwich if you can have the prime rib? I think that's what they're saying.
Rusty changed his and somebody else. Actually, we just gained like 2 votes in the time that we're talking.
I voted for you, Andrew, because
let's
like
introduce.
I said.
He's trying to butt in here because he can't hold his mouth. But let's introduce Jeff.
Can I introduce him?
Is now sure. Go for it.
I was going.
No, you're not intro.
Let me talk.
You're not intro.
You're not allowed to talk. You have to intro first. You have to intro first.
You're allowed to talk after we introduce you.
Can I at least have an intro?
No,
Andrew, you didn't follow that rule, Andrew.
Well, that's because I didn't know I was getting introed.
Penny doesn't have the Wrecking Ball sign the song queued up for you, Jeff, so we can't bring your song in yet.
That's not the song I would pick.
You pick NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye. That'd be so.
No, If you give me a moment, I'll actually do it.
Ruh-roh.
Oh no.
Andrew would like a moment.
He's gonna have to mute. He's gonna have to mute the porn on his computer to make sure that
And
he
it's
plays the
time
right
for a
song.
commercial.
Actually, let's move on to the last. Actually, this is the last topic before we can go to a straight up open forum. And I'm going to throw this over to Kevin Malone on this one because he wants to talk about the series that are going to be starting here very shortly here at In the Zone Racing.
Super late.
Just let me know when the intro
Super-
then, because
super
I
what?
have it
We're not
ready.
going to let Jeff talk yet. We're going to go to the open
Okay.
forum. We'll let Jeff talk. Jeff can be quiet for
Super
a minute.
what?
Kevin, are you still here? Are you alive? Or
Yes,
are
I
you
am.
falling asleep? Okay, Kevin, what's coming up here at In the Zone Racing?
Well, starting here, like the second week of February, I think it will be starting, will be season 10 of the SK Modifieds.
Woohoo!
Another 10 to 12 week touring schedule. And that'll be on Sunday nights. Then right now it's looking like Tuesday nights we're going to have ITZR's first ever road series
Oh, heck?
with the Daytona prototype,
Huh?
the rough either track or spec car, and then one other vehicle. Looking to see what we can bring in a bunch more people.
No, wait,
Onto the road
what
sides.
cars are we looking at here? What cars are we having? There's 3 of them or 2 of them?
There's going to be 3 most likely. It's going to be the Daytona prototype, the Riley, one of the rough cars, either the track or the C-Spec, depending on which one is better after the update. And then the third car right now, it will either be the HPD, the Honda prototype, or the McLaren, I'm thinking.
Oh, McLaren, yes.
No, isn't the
Trying to-
McLaren and the GT or the track car, the RUF? I'm sorry, I call it the RUF.
Rough.
The rough car, yeah, the rough. Aren't those guys kind of sitting in the same class? Wouldn't that be more of just a GT class than having 3 different separate divisions?
Yeah, I'm going to try and do something a little different with points. Each one will be separate, but the points will be the same, so we can have an overall. Like somebody in the rough could win it if they do better than the prototype guy does.
You do realize if we do it as a fixed setup, you could set the weight in 2 cars for they're actually the same almost. So the rough and the McLaren would always be running the same spec class.
That's what iRacing is trying to do right now. They're trying to get the C-Spec rough the same as while the McLaren got taken out of the official series, but when the BMW comes out this summer, that'll be running the GT series.
So SK Modifieds and In the Zone Racing's first ever road racing series.
Correct.
Sounds like fun. And remember this, guys, we've also got the super late model coming out on Monday. And I've talked to the Godfather, and it sounds like he's leaning towards bringing back, yes, we've already gone over that, Barry.
Okay, sorry.
You should show up on time if you want to get involved.
I was racing.
Anyway,
Nobody cares about your racing life.
we do have the super late model coming out, and we should I'd say probably 99% at this point have a super late model series starting here at In the Zone Racing as well. So you're going to be looking at, I guess we'll say SK Modified Racing on Sunday, super late model racing on Monday. Road series, I assume, is on Tuesday, Kevin?
Yes.
Okay, so that's going to be taking the place of the Sprint Car Series for now. Nationwide Series on Wednesday and Truck Series on Thursday. Sounds like a really busy week. So at this point, let's bring in Jeff By Jr., who just
I got
couldn't
the
stop.
intro ready.
Do you have his
I got
intro
the
ready?
intro ready.
Bring the
You
intro
have
for
to-
Jeff By Jr.
You do have to be not key up during the intro.
I'm not going to key up.
Okay,
You
I'm
go
just
ahead and
telling
do your
everybody.
intro.
Just a heads up.
I'll make a fart noise, maybe. Continue.
All right, hang on.
Well, be real.
Jeff by the Legends guy. Jeff by the Legends guy.
Really? That was
Yep,
it?
that's all I had.
Pretty lame.
I could have played the whole
That's-
thing. It's like 30 seconds long.
Yeah, let's not do that. That was good.
No, that's fine.
Jeff,
That's good.
you had
Wow.
something to say before. Are you still
We
awake?
waited
And would
all
you
that
like to say
time
it
for
now?
that.
Yeah.
User
I would
disconnected
just like
from
to
your
say
channel.
that I was originally going to vote for Andrew's video until I watched yours and realized he stole your footage.
Lies. Backwards,
Wow.
Jeff. Look at the upload dates.
Wow.
All right, so let's push this to an open forum now that Jeff made an absolutely irrelevant comment. Is there anything anybody else would like to talk about concerning In the Zone Racing?
I would like to say one thing. I see Thomas asked about the road racing. I'm looking at probably regular races will be 50 minutes, and there's going to be 1 or 2 longer races like 90 minutes. But what I'm going to do is limit the fuel, so we have to make a pit stop.
Can we get driver swaps if driver swaps come out?
Everybody's as lazy as you, Eric.
I was thinking about when that comes out, we will probably do some kind of special endurance racing where we could use it. But we'll have to wait for that to come out, which is probably
2050.
To keep things realistic, though, the drivers should be about the same size.
So
that
Eric and
means-
Travis?
Yes, they would have to be in the same car.
Team
But not at the
heavyweight?
same time,
Dude,
because no car
I'm
would
like
move
5
with both of
seconds
them in the same
faster
car.
than Travis, though. That's the thing.
Who would I be with?
You'd be with Dustin Iron,
Probably
he looks like a
me.
little girl, just like you.
Kurtzel, I think you'd be close to me in weight.
Let's see, how much do you weigh?
140.
No, I weigh 145.
Well, close is what I meant.
Oh, like stick figures.
Okay.
I have a question concerning leagues. Because
Hurry
I
up,
can't find it
hurry
on
up.
the forums.
We're almost out of time, so we better
Okay,
hurry up.
nationwide chase. Top 12 in points, or
If you
top
were
10
here,
in
you
points
would've
plus
learned this.
2, plus the 2 with the most wins in the top 20.
See,
What's
here's the problem when you show up late, you don't know what we've been talking about already.
You guys already talked about it.
Yes, we're top 12 in points. Done.
Yeah, plain and
Okay.
simple, top 12.
Anybody else?
What the hell is that?
That was my
If,
first
Sounded
one.
like a cat.
If somebody cheats in the last race, is there a chance there could be a 13th seed in the chase?
No. There will be no
Only
Jeff
for Michael
Gordon spot in the
Waltrip
chase.
Hey,
If
it
I
wasn't
wreck
Jeff
Andrew
Gordon's fault
Fayad-
that like 3 teams decided to
There
step
was
up
one.
and do crazy.
There
No,
was
Logano's team,
one.
or not Logano's.
No.
Logano's talked to the 38 car Gilliland. 2 people pulled over with 2 laps to go for 2, like pulled in the pits and sat there.
One
did
team.
nothing.
One team.
And then the Boyer
One
team.
team.
That's 2 teams. The RCR
Michael
team. That's another
Waltrip.
team.
Michael Waltrip and Brian Baker's team are both Michael Waltrip.
Yes.
There's one team.
And I just said David Gilliland and those
He's
guys
talking about
pulled
the
over for
Penske.
Joey Logano.
It wouldn't have mattered. That one spot wasn't going to make a
That
difference.
did
for
matter.
Gilliland.
He got 2 spots. That was the difference to put him ahead of Jeff.
It's not like Jeff Gordon is going anywhere with his career at this point. I think
That's
he's done.
besides the point.
So it really doesn't matter that he was a 13th driver.
In the end, it didn't matter. I mean, according to Lincoln
In the
Park,
end,
but
it really doesn't matter.
no,
Just
Eric,
like
no
the
singing.
team that played the Bill Tomer's favorite football team. Having 12 men in a huddle for a football game doesn't really do much better for a team either. So they'll just lose
Yeah,
the
well,
next
if
game.
the refs actually could see a fumble when there's a fumble and actually,
Oh, we're
call
not
a
gonna go
proper
there.
call on
Not
a
gonna
kicker
go
when
there.
there's a kicker thing, it would be a different game.
Hey, it's just great that refs can screw one team to get there and screw them to get them out of there.
Yep.
Anyway,
Wait,
we're
how'd
not
they
going to
get
go
in?
into that. And that's
Never
not my
mind.
favorite football team. It's the football team that I have season tickets to. There's a difference.
Want to buy me season tickets to go somewhere? Because I can go anywhere.
No.
You do go anywhere, do you? Don't you?
You can go anywhere where you can fit.
Wherever your mom pays for me to go, Andrew, I will be there.
Eric, I think Travis is skinnier than you, so I don't think you can make that joke.
I've lost
All
weight.
right.
Thank you very much.
And
I know,
Kevin,
but still.
did we figure out if there are drop weeks in the truck series? How
I
many?
don't see it posted anywhere, but it will be 2.
Will be 2. All right, so 2 weeks. That's all I have that we needed to round up. Is anybody have anything else that we're not talking about? How heavy people are.
One thing is the trucks next week will be going to Phoenix for 80 laps. Just to let everybody know what's coming up next week.
Oh, and
we can make
the people that might be looking for the Nationwide Series setup, we're actually waiting on the new build to come out to build that setup. So in case it changes anything, we're going to come out with a new build next week at some point, Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, probably either late Monday or sometime Tuesday then.
Is there
I
a
thought they said
chance-
next Thursday, didn't they? Or am I
Monday.
wrong?
New build comes out on the 27th.
Does anybody want to do anything that night with the super late? Like
Yes,
set up
I
a
do.
race or something?
Yes.
I do, dude.
Only
I
if
think
you
we'll
buy
all
it
be
for
here.
me, Jeff, by the money guy.
Same here.
I'll have $20 from winning the video contest, so I'll be able to afford it.
Yeah, from rigging the video contest.
Rig it, whatever, he still wins it.
I will go with this, Andrew, for everything Bill's been doing here. He might not be hosting the races, but he's been promoting the crap out of it. So
I know, and
there was a little leeway.
I realize that, but also if you ask him why his video was late, he will tell you he got lazy.
His daughter.
Because that's what he told
declined to
me
make it
when
in
I-
No,
Florida.
I was at the NFC Championship game, so I couldn't do it on Sunday, and I was preparing for that on Saturday.
You also had. I talked to you the Thursday prior to that, and you're
Still
like, "Yeah,
football.
I didn't feel like it." I haven't
No,
even-"
that's not
Football
true. There was a
season.
night that I was going to do it with my daughter, and we didn't get a chance to do it. But I also wanted to include the truck series starting up, the footage from that. So I was waiting on that and just didn't have time to do it on Friday or Saturday. So then I was gone on Sunday, and the due date was Monday. So
If anything, this shows that Andrew does not like losing at anything.
And that's why
he
he
has
has
the
the
what
he did well today segment.
Scratch that. I don't like losing when it's in a shady manner, in any way,
Shady?
shape, or
The
form.
You just
lights
called me
were
shady.
on. He had the lights on when he uploaded the video to YouTube.
He what?
The lights were still on. Like, oh my god.
Are you speaking English?
Maybe
Anyway,
It wasn't
would-
shady because he had the lights on.
Really? That's the joke he was going with? Oh my god.
maybe it would
Travis.
be more fair if they just split the prize money across like the last contest and just
Hey.
make it a participation
Make it a
trophy.
three.
Wait a minute,
Do
wait
it
a
a
minute.
three-way.
Wait a minute. Isn't there a third member that has a video up? Why doesn't he just win by default?
here's what I'll do. If I win, I will put a vote on the forums of what occurred and what Andrew has an issue with, and let the users of In the Zone Racing decide whether or not I should win.
if
or
you
if
rig
Andrew
this
should
poll, if you
But are
rig
you
this
gonna
poll,
rig
you
that
could rig
vote
the
too?
next one.
I didn't rig anything.
Well, how'd I lose a vote then?
Somebody
don't
changed their
know.
vote.
I can't change mine. I want to change my vote.
And can we do the same thing and just do a recount at the end of it all?
Recount.
Damn Florida.
Listen, honestly, Bill, I did like your video though. I'm not gonna lie, I did.
And who cares
enjoy
who
it.
wins?
Thanks, man. I like yours as well.
Even
And
though
we'll
I don't
shows
believe
an
you. You
awful
said you
lot
got
of Bill.
bored.
Well, I was kidding. That's why I laughed about it. But we'll use both of them. They're now in the Zone Racing property, and we will use both of them to promote our league. It's just that one guy's going to go home $20 richer. But the amount of time I spent on that darn thing, I will never, ever, ever do that again for $20.
I concur, because if you remember I did the video once. I still have it. It's on YouTube. I could link you guys to it. It's just not public.
No one cares.
No, I had an 8.5 minute cut of for the contest. That was my first cut. Was 8.5 minutes. I think Travis saw it.
Should put a time limit on him, like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
We
I
had
think
a
in the
time
future we're
limit
going to
of
do 30
5.
seconds. 30 seconds. It's going to be a commercial. A TV spot, like at the Super Bowl, and it's going to cost $6 million.
Dun-dun-dun,
I think
dun-dun-dun.
I think we could handle a 30-second version, but not. I just went nuts when they said as long as you need or as short as you need. I don't know. That's what I had.
All right, so I think we've been going for probably, an hour and 15 minutes? Did anybody figure out what the start time was?
No, it's
Like an
actually
hour
been
ago.
about 2 hours.
No, it has not been 2 hours because the race didn't
Yes,
end
it
until
has.
8:12. Kurdzil, you still are in high school. You should be the best with math, and obviously you're not.
Should be in bed.
That too.
Oh yeah, it's been going on for an hour.
Thanks, Kurdzil. I appreciate you being able to tell time. Anyway, nothing from anyone else means that I'm going to sign this off. That means nothing. Perfect. This has been In the Zone Racing's, I guess, after the race. Is that what we're calling it?
And brought to you by Eric Myers Photography. www.facebook.com/Eric Myers Photography.
Please
He's not
remember that.
joking.
If you like
He's
monster
not
trucks.
joking though.
So visit us at www.inthezoneracing.com, which if you saw this, you probably already did. And also on Facebook at facebook.com/inthezoneracing. And follow us on Twitter at InTheZone. Have a good night.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.